And we're back. I just got off riding my willies. Thought I'd jump onto my Spaceliner. So I've been looking forward to this game. Spaceliners From the Far Out, I believe it's called. And it hit Game Pass last night. I got through the tutorial, ran a couple of missions, and never got to the end of the first level. But I believe I read somewhere it said, be prepared to die because that's how you'll advance. And after playing a few times, I understand what they mean, I believe. But I looked for some strategies, tips, and I'm really not finding any. So I thought I'd put out maybe a 15 minute, hopefully, or less video and just run through the first two destinations and show what some of my strategies are and get some feedback from other people maybe that can help me improve. Maybe I'll tell you something that you didn't know. But so I think the tutorial does a pretty good job to get you started. But for early game strategies, I'll show you what I'm thinking. And like I said, if anyone, please, just one person, for the love of God, help me, I'd appreciate it. So starting off, I do have money in the bank. I have 600, but and we'll talk about that at the end of the video. But right now, every time you die, you up at the top left, you get 400 to buy one of the starting ships. And you can unlock more Spaceliners through gameplay. And I have unlocked two, but I'm not going to deal with those right now because I would actually still prefer using one of the 3 starting ships. But at the top right, you'll notice that I have 5 gold stars. When you deliver happy passengers, your star rating goes up. When you die or when you deliver unhappy passengers, your star rating goes down. One trick I found, having installed the game, I don't know if it works on the cloud or not, but if you die and the game saves, if you quit to dashboard and come back, you keep your star rating. So if you want to cheat the system, there you go. But so we come over here to the first gate. This is where I'm going to buy the ship. Now these 3, the models 101, A, B, and C, are the starter ships you get. And I definitely have a preference between the 3. Now in the description, you'll see this one says at the bottom that it's optimized for feeding passengers. At the bottom of the second one, it says you won't have to make too many bathroom stops. And at the bottom of the third one, it says you'll provide comfort on a budget. Now, I believe this one offers a bigger refrigerator to store more food, and that could be helpful. This one offers a bathroom, but I believe that bathroom, if I remember right, needs power. And we'll talk about power in a moment, and I don't like it for that. But I love this ship. Even after starting, I think as an early game ship, this might be the go-to one for me no matter what, until I open up something that blows me away. Because let's go ahead and look at the description real fast of the systems, and I will show, or I don't actually need to do that. We'll just look here. Yeah, we get the kitchen anyway, but it doesn't have much food, which I'm not concerned about. And it doesn't have a bathroom. I'm not concerned about that. What it has are those 6 seats there for the passengers. And those, I think, are a big benefit in this game. So let's go ahead and buy this ship, and then I'll explain why for anyone who is unsure. If otherwise, I'm going to keep on with some other strategies I have. Like I said, I want to kind of keep this video short, upload it, and run my errands, come back, and hopefully someone will have some tips for me. So when you start off here, I have not made it to the end. I've made it pretty far down this map, but your ultimate goal is to get to this destination, and I've probably made it around here, and that's when I often wipe out. But you can choose any of these paths that forward you towards your destination. At this point, we can only go to the first docking station. After that, we will have 3 to choose from. And the maps kind of vary every time you start a new one with, how many destinations you can go to which way. But you cannot backtrack. So from here, we could not come back here. And if we were to go from here to let's say here, we would not be able to come back to this one. Even though we hadn't been there, it would still be moving us away from our ultimate destination. So with that said, let's just look at this first one. So on this screen, it shows you the distance, the difficulty, what level of star rating you have, and how much you're going to get for your ticket prices. So distance. I think it's somewhere around 250 to 300 AU is about 1 minute of real time. So that'll help, it helps me to think about that, to know how much time I'm going to have to focus on steering the ship versus working with the passengers to keep them calm and cooperative. Difficulty, very easy. That's going to tell you, it'll show on the second screen what kind of obstacles you face. So we're just going to have asteroids, I can already tell. But the first class determines your ticket price. So the higher it is, the more you get per passenger. So let's just go ahead and start. And now on the second screen, we've opened up more details on the bottom and on the right. So on the right, it says flight details. We're going to have 2 passengers to start. And then under stops, I was trying to find just a guide that explained what those icons were. I mean, gas pump for, picking up fuel makes sense. The wrench and the screwdriver makes sense for repair facility, to repair your vehicle, your Spaceliner. The soap and bubbles for cleaning your vehicle, bathrooms for bathroom breaks. But I was unsure if all the bottom 3 were for picking up passengers. And what I think I've discovered is, yes, they are. The first 2 have a variety, maybe 1, 2 passengers, maybe even 3. I haven't played it enough to know exactly. But that one on the bottom right, the last one, that one I know you can get 4 passengers, maybe more. So if you see that and you want to pick up a lot of passengers to increase your money, head for that. So we'll see. And then you have a weather report. We have asteroids. Now the connection details, I haven't found one docking station that doesn't have a parcel. However, I have forgotten to pick up the parcels before. So let's just go ahead to the first one. I'll show you my strategies basically for early flights. And then we'll go one more docking station, and then I'll wrap up the video and upload it. So here we go. Let's embark. Now, when we start, you will see that the 2 passengers that we have are already asleep in those chairs. And that for me is just awesome. Don't have to mess with them at all. The cooking station already has power. I don't want that. I want the comm station to have power, because I'm not going to cook anything since we have such a short trip. I want to look and see first that we're headed in the right direction, where that red arrow is, to get to our first docking station. And there it shows we have about 2 minutes. So maybe it's like a minute, or maybe it's like every 200 AU distance is about 1 minute real time. Okay, so there we go. There's the docking station where we can pick up quite a few, and there's a fuel station. We won't need fuel. One thing I will say, if you turn left or right, you don't use any more fuel than over at the bottom left, where you see the gas can and the 3 blue bars with one of them being halfway down. And here we have 4 passengers. They're all going to fit right in the seats, and we're going to head right back out and go right over to our... we're a little bit off, so I'm going to course correct a little. Okay, so my point was going to be that when it comes to fuel, if you turn the ship left or right here, you don't use any more fuel than just your normal flight. However, if you push forward, watch this fuel thing burn. Well, I was too close to the docking station, but you will burn through the fuel. So unless you need to get away from something that's going to cause you to crash, I highly recommend do not throttle these Spaceliners. You've been warned. So here is just a quick summary of our arrival to our first destination. nothing really important. We're going to skip this. Here's how much money we earned through picking up passengers and delivering them, and we're going to skip that. I want to get right onto the second destination screen, and then we'll head to the third destination, maybe look at that screen, and then I'm going to stop the video. So here, pick up their parcel. Now here's where you can unlock other ships, you can unlock new employees, new clothing colors, things like brand logos. So perfect. Now there are no options here that we can get any kind of service. We're out. Let's go right to the next one. So we'll start back at that first screen again, where it'll show us our distance, difficulty. Oh, sorry, first we have to choose. So let's see. So distance, 394, very easy, 5 stars. At this point, that one's going to be longer. That one's going to be the longest. They're all easy, except this one's very easy. But I assume that the farther you go, it will, if I took very easy here and this was easy, this might be a little harder and longer next. But if we look at this screen now, okay, now there's colors coding on these parcels. I've seen green, blue, I believe it's a red, maybe yellow or gold. I believe it's a common tier system where blue is better than green, and red is probably the best. So sometimes that will factor into my decision. I also look at the stops. If I can have that bigger platform, that even though I'm only taking 2 passengers from the start, I might pick up 4 at that, and I could hit that other number 6 under the stops. I could hit that platform and pick up maybe 1 or 2 people. That all increases the money at $32 per person. So this one isn't bad, but let's see what the other 2 will have. Okay, this is also a blue parcel. This one gives me all 3 stops, and I start with 3 passengers. It's farther, but that's interesting. Last is this one. Now, this one doesn't have the large platform, but I start with another passenger, so 4 passengers. We have 2 opportunities to stop to pick people up. We get a blue parcel, but now you'll notice over on the left, unlike the other 2, there were no stations at or services offered at the other 2 docking ports. This one offers a service station where we could fuel up and repair the vehicle if needed, and it offers upgrades. So even though it's a little bit longer and we won't get the platform, we're starting with 4 people, so that's almost 150 dinero, and then we'll get to both fuel, so we shouldn't have to stop for fuel on the way, and we have enough money we might be able to upgrade something. So I'm definitely going to head that way. So, but just to show you, see, these did not have the modules. This one was the only one with a module, and that's enough to make me choose this. I'd prefer it had the docking station. I prefer it had the platform where we could pick up more people, but I'm not worried about it. So let's hurry up and go through this, and then let's wrap up the video. So again, if you have tips, tricks, strategies, suggestions, you think I'm doing something right, wrong, please let me know. So see, everyone's in the chairs, nice and asleep. I don't have to mess with anyone. Immediately, I just come over, since this is still powered. I make sure we're going in vaguely the right direction. I will course correct if needed. And I'm just going to kind of sit here and watch for the white question marks to pop up and see if we can get some more passengers real fast, especially since we're going to a place that will offer us upgrades. And so far we're just seeing asteroids. Now they're going to wake up shortly and start asking for food, and sure, give them food if you want. In fact, let's go ahead. So I'll just shut the power off by turn off the comms, and then turn on the food station. And then I'll come over and start cooking. It's just the one person anyway. And you can always drop the food, put another one on if someone else were hungry. and then pick up the food that was already cooked. I'm going to turn that back off, turn this on, run over here, and what did we miss? Oh, no, not what I wanted. I hope maybe one of these will be the, there it is. So we're actually headed right there anyway. Perfect. I'm just going to make sure that we hit that. Yeah, I know you want food. You're not getting it. Sorry. I'm going to make sure we hit this platform. And you can see the white circle emanating out. As long as you go within that circle, your phone will ring. You answer the phone. As long as it has power, you'll drop down and you can answer it again. They'll board. Now, if they have horns on their head, they're going to create chaos. So I might not let them on if they had horns, FYI. We can look at these, but I doubt I would change because I want to get the video done so we can, so I can get running my errands. But, you know, we're a little bit off. I'm going to course correct. You notice I haven't danced. I haven't fed anybody. Now we could dance if we wanted. Let's come over here, do a little bit of a dance and make a few people happy. As long as you get there on time with a 5-star rating, it doesn't matter kind of if the people are mad, I found, or if they're just passive. Whoops, fell on my face. You do not lose your 5-star rating. So here we go. Let's see. Yeah, see, it just arrived on time. So it kept the 5-star rating. And again, if you die, you see it saved. If you dashboard crash or quit the dashboard, you will save your 5-star rating. So here, I don't really care about this page at this point. We made $288, so we can click next. I know we're getting low on fuel, but let's see what we have here. I'm going to run through this real fast. So first I would grab the parcel because I always forget that. We have 512 monies up at the top left of new employee of this screen. So yeah, there's the fuel still at the bottom left. So we have over one whole bar's worth. So I could risk not refueling here. So here's our upgrades. This one's going to be a refrigerator or a meal dispenser. So for 200, it'll hold more food. I think double. It goes from 8 to 6. Here's your bathroom. And I would still avoid this, in my opinion. I'd save the money because, like I said, you can see under where it says standard toilet on the left, it shows you're going to need a battery or a power supply to this. And for me, it's too much. But here's what I was hoping for. The battery. By buying this for 300, we now can power the communications and the grill. We don't have to keep switching the battery on and off. So for me, this is a huge benefit. We still have $212. So I'm going to come over here and refuel. And I'm not going to finish the next level. I'm just going to wipe the game. But I am going to start it real fast. Maybe. Just to show... let's see. All right. Just to show if there's any destination points coming up next that I wanted to explain something about. So this one has nothing, and this one has nothing of interest. Okay, so the last thing I was going to say as far as strategies for me is, and questions I have for anybody who can answer it, is you can bank money in this game. So my strategy is, right now, my thought on it is, if you run it as I've been doing it, but don't upgrade your ship, look for the closest bank, the first bank you can get to, and then just bank all the money you have that you haven't had to spend on fuel, and then who cares when you die. I don't insure the ship because you get the $400 back. that would be a way to just keep increasing your bank to where when you open up a bigger ship, you could afford the luxury of buying a bigger ship off the start. But the big question I have that I haven't found an answer to yet is if you insure one of these ships, like if we were to run into an insurance station on one of these substations, does that insurance cover that ship in perpetuity? Meaning, if I have this $400 ship, if I pay $700 to insure it, do I always get it, or is it only insured that the next time I start a level from dying, that I get the same ship? If I upgrade it after I purchase the insurance, are those upgrades included in the insurance, or do I have to reinsure the ship? If I insure the ship once, or does it last for 5 times? I assume if you insure the ship and it lasts forever, that ship just always comes back as it was. You'll never get the 400 when you start again, and that would be fine with me as well. But yeah, the insurance, how it works, I haven't tested it yet. So if anyone knows how insurance works on this game, please put it in the comments below, because I'm probably not the only one who's interested in that, but I'll be testing that later. So for me, my strategy from here on out till I get a little more money saved will be continue to use the entertainment ship. Don't do upgrades like I did this time, unless I would do this one, because I found if I'm not having to switch in these later docking stations, if I don't have to switch between comms and food to keep people satisfied, if I don't have to switch the battery power, that I can actually get farther easier. So that I'd probably spend the 300, but my goal now is just pick up everyone I can who isn't going to create havoc on the ship, like with the demon horns on their head, and then bank the money, and then if I die, start over, keeping my banked money, and try to work toward a mid-game where I can start finding mid-game strategies. So appreciate anyone who's watched any or all of the video, and appreciate anyone who has stuck around or who came and left. So tips, tricks, suggestions, comments, please leave them below. Oh, and I'll be right back.